السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين، أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه والتابعين وتابعيهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, today, Tuesday the 23rd of Al-Muharram 1443, and this matches the 31st of August 2021. And inshallah, today we are doing the second session regarding the Surah Yaseen. And inshallah, I put the links for the book Aysar at-Tafaseer in the description, and also the word for word Quran by Dr. Muhammad Mohar Ali rahimahullah ta'ala. Inshallah, they are both in the I added them to the description, inshallah, so you can download them and be able to follow what we're doing, inshallah ta'ala. Today we are doing the ayat from 13, the verses from 13 until 19, inshallah ta'ala. So I'll read first from the word for word Quran by Dr. Mohar Ali. And this is the second section. We did the first one yesterday, and today the second. And strike for them an instance, yani give them a parable or an example of the inmates of the town when there came to it the messengers, when there came to it the town, yani the messengers. When we sent to them two and they disbelieved them, then we reinforced with a third. We supported those two with the third one. And they said, indeed, we are unto you messengers. They said, you are not but human beings like us, nor has there sent down the most merciful anything. You are not but lying. They said, our Lord knows that we are unto you indeed messengers, and no duty is on us except to convey openly and clearly. They said, we indeed see an evil omen in you. If you desist not, if you do not stop, we shall surely stone you, and there shall afflict you from us a punishment most painful. They said, your evil omen is with you. Is it that you are reminded? Nay, you are a people exceeding all bounds. So these are the verses for today, or the meaning of the verses of today in the English language. So we start with Sharh al-Kalimat, explaining the words. And inshallah, if you have the Mus'haf with you and look at the Arabic, if you have the translation with it, so you can see both Noble Quran or Sahih International or whatever you have, whichever you have of the English tafsir or the English translation of the meanings. واضرب لهم مثلا واضرب لهم مثلا أي واجعل لهم مثلا, make for them an example, set for them an example or a parable. أصحاب القرية, the people of the town or the inmates of the town, the dwellers of the town. And the Sheikh here, he says, meaning أي أنطاكية عاصمة البلاد يقال لها العواصم بأرض الروم. The city is Antakya. This is the capital town of a land that is called Al-Awasim, in the land of the Romans. So this is what is commonly found in the books of tafsir. In the Quran, it's not mentioned by name. And some scholars, many of them say it is the town. However, it's not for certain, yani it's debatable. Inshallah, tonight, bi'idhnillah, because there is another section of the surah. The next section still talks about this parable, and it will talk about the man who came saying to his people, believe the messengers. Inshallah, if we have time, we'll go through what Al-Imam Ibn Kathir said, because he says that Allah knows best. That's not the city, and if it was, then it's not the known city. That city now, I believe, is in Turkey now. إذ جاءها المرسلون, when the messengers came to it, أي رسل عيسى عليه السلام, meaning the messengers from Isa عليه الصلاة والسلام. And this is another matter of discussion. Some say they are the messengers from Isa عليه الصلاة والسلام, يعني following him, those who believed in Isa عليه الصلاة والسلام. Otherwise, even the Sheikh here in the footnote, he says it happened after Isa was raised, actually, according to this, according to what he chooses. This is after Isa was raised up unto Allah Azza wa Jal. So they went to them, yani, giving them the message of Isa. Other scholars, they would say, no, the messengers just from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And of course, yani, Isa alayhi salatu wasalam follows the messenger, the message that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him. It's just a matter of were they believers in Isa alayhi salatu wasalam, who went after he was raised up to convey the same message that he gave them, or is it Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just without this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent certain messengers or individuals, he sent them to that town. فعززنا بثالث. عززنا بثالث. We reinforced them, that is, with the third. The first two, they were supported with the third. أي قوينا أمر الرسولين ودعوتهما برسول ثالث. Meaning, we fortified the affair of the two messengers and their call with a third messenger. وهو حبيب بن النجار. And this third one is Habib ibn al-Najjar. This is what is commonly found in the books of tafsir and what the Sheikh chooses here. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ. Nothing upon us, no duty upon us, except to give or to deliver clearly, to give the clear delivery. أي التبليغ الظاهر البين, he says. Meaning the conveyance, the delivery that is apparent and that is manifest, that is crystal clear. بالأدلة الواضحة, with the clear proofs. وهي إبراء الأكمة والأبرص والمريض وإحياء الموتى. Those proofs are healing the blind and the leopard and the sick, and giving life to the dead. The signs or the miracles that were given to Isa alayhi salatu wasalam. Inna tatayyarna bikum. We have evil omens with you or because of you. Ay tasha'amna bikum. We have superstition. They have, they felt things that became bad for them because of them. And here he explains, he says, وَذَلِكَ لِانْقِطَاعِ الْمَطَرِ عَنَّا بِسَبَبِكُمْ. They claim that the rain stopped coming down because of you. That's the evil omen that they had. And this issue of superstition, and now the rain stopped, then they referred the cause of the rain stopping, according to this explanation here, that they referred that stopping of the rain, they referred it to those messengers. And this is the evil omen. قالوا طائركم معكم. They said, your evil omen is with you. أي شؤمكم معكم وهو كفركم بربكم. Meaning, your evil omen is actually with you, يعني the cause of it, and that is your disbelief in your Lord. Now, طائر means bird, and that's where طيرة is taken, and we've done this a few times, and actually it will come again when we do the section on Safar, which is forthcoming, the section on the month of Safar, from the book by Imam Al-Hafidh ibn Rajab, Lataif al-Ma'arif, when he speaks about the month of Safar, he will talk about Tiyara. But anyways, it's taken, why is it the bird here? What does the bird have to do with it? It's taken from what the people before Islam used to do, and that is they will come out and scare the birds. If they go to the right, then it's good. If they go to the left, then it's bad. So this is where it came from. أَإِن ذُكِّرْتُمْ, is it because you are reminded? أَيْ وَعُذْتُمْ وَخُوِّفْتُمْ تَطَيَّرْتُمْ, is it because you are admonished and fear was instilled in your heart, yani by the reminder? Is it because of that you have now evil omens? He said, وَهَذَا تَوْبِيخٌ لَهُمْ. And in this statement that they told them, أَإِن ذُكِّرْتُمْ, is it because you are reminded? Now you're saying you have evil omen. وَهَذَا تَوْبِيخٌ لَهُمْ. In this there is scolding for them, is يعني blaming them for saying this. Is it because you are reminded now you are having evil omens? بَلْ أَنْتُمْ قَوْمٌ مُسْرِفُونَ. Nay, or rather, you are a people who exceed bounds. You're going overboard. أي متجاوزون للحد في الشرك والكفر. Meaning, you go beyond the limits. You go beyond the limit. You exceed boundaries. في الشرك والكفر, in association of partners in worship with Allah and disbelief. So these are the words he chose to explain. معنى الآيات, the meaning of the verses. قوله تعالى, the statement of Allah Azza wa Jal, وَاضْرِبْ لَهُمْ مَثَلًا, set for them a parable. أي وَاضْرِبْ أيها الرسول لقومك المصرين على الشرك والتكذيب لك. Meaning, set, O messenger, for your people who are insisting, يعني messenger Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم here, set for them, for your people, those people who are insisting upon polytheism and upon rejection or belying, takdhib lak, belying you, rejecting you, or disbelieving in you. وَلِمَا جِئْتَهُمْ بِهِ مِنَ الْهُدَى وَدِينِ الْحَقِّ, and for what you came to them with of the guidance and the religion of the truth. Give them the example. مثلا أصحاب القرية, give them the example, the parable of the people of the city or the town. فإن حالهم في التكذيب والغلو والكفر والعناد كحال هؤلاء. For surely their condition in belying, denial, takdhib, and غلو, exaggeration, in disbelief, في الكفر والعناد, and stubbornness, كحال هؤلاء, is the same condition as those. So the condition of the people of Quraysh who are disbelieving in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is like the condition of those people of the town. إذ جاءها المرسلون, when the messengers came to them, وهم رسل عيسى عليه السلام, and they are the messengers of Isa عليه السلام. And in the footnote he said that this actually, according to him, that this happened after Isa عليه السلام was raised up. But it was, he says, إلا أنه كان بإذن الله تعالى, except that it was with the permission of Allah Ta'ala. This is why Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala said, أرسلنا, we sent to them, because it was by the permission of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So So they are the messengers of Isa alayhi salam. إذ بعث برسولين ثم he sent two messengers, يعني two messengers were sent. ثم لما آذوهما بالضرب والسجن, when they hurt them by beating them and by imprisoning them, بعث بشمعون الصفي رأس الحواريين. He said he sent to them Sham'un, the chief of the disciples, تعزيزا لموقفهما, supporting their position. كما قال تعالى, as Allah Ta'ala said, فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث. So they belied them, so we fortified them by a third. So he sent two messengers originally, they disbelieved in them, he supported them by sending a third one. فقالوا لأهل أنطاكيا, they said to the people of Antakya. And in the footnote he said that the people of Antakya, they used to be from the Jews, and they used to be from Al-Yunan, from the Greeks. According, of course, to this, but inshallah we'll mention what Al-Imam Ibn Kathir said at the end. So they said to the people of Antakya, or that town, Inna ilaykum mursalun, we are messengers that are sent to you. That is min qibali Isa alayhi salam, from Isa's side. Isa alayhi salatu wasalam, he sent us. Nad'ukum ila ibadati ar-Rahman wa tarki ibadati al-awthan. We call you to the worship of the Most Merciful and to leave out the worship of the idols. فقالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون. So they said, you are nothing but humans like us, and the all-merciful, the one full of mercy, Ar-Rahman, did not send anything. You are just lying. أي ما أنتم إلا تكذبون علينا في دعواكم أنكم رسل. Meaning that you are nothing but lying to us in your claim that you are messengers to us. أنكم رسل إلينا, that you are messengers to us. فقال الرسل, so the messengers said, ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون. Our Lord knows that we are to you messengers, are messengers. فواجهوا شك القوم فيهم بما يدفع الشك. So they faced the doubt of the people in them with that which will repel the doubt. بما يدفع الشك. من القسم وتأكيد الخبر بالجملة الاسمية ولام التوكيد. So they faced this doubting with that which removes the doubt. Of what is it that will remove the doubt here in the context? من القسم, of making an oath, وتأكيد الخبر, and emphasizing this report بالجملة الاسمية, with the noun sentence, ولام التوكيد, and the lam of emphasis. Right? قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لا مرسلون. Right? So they made an oath, they used a noun sentence, and they used the lam in there, la mursalun, surely are messengers. Right? Lam, this lam is for emphasis, for emphasizing. طيب. فقالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين. So they said, our Lord knows we surely are to you our messengers, and there is nothing upon us, there is no duty upon us except the clear delivery. أي البين الواضح, meaning the delivery that is بين, manifest, واضح, clear. فإن قبلتم ما دعوناكم إليه من حظكم من الخير والنجاة. So either you accept what we called you to, so that is going to be your share of the goodness and the salvation. فإن قبلتم ما دعوناكم إليه فذلك حظكم من الخير. So if you accept what we called you to, it, then that is your share of goodness and salvation. وإن أبيتم, and if you refuse, فذلك حظكم من الهلاك والخسار. Then that is your share then, that is going to be your share then of halak, destruction, and al-khasar, loss. ورد أهل أنطاكيا على الرسل قائلين. Now the people of Antakya, that city, that town, they replied to the messengers saying, إِنَّا تَطَيَّرْنَا بِكُمْ, we surely have evil omens with you, because of you. أي تشاءمنا بكم, يعني now we feel bad, something bad is going to happen to us, يعني superstitious. The superstition here is that something evil will happen to them because of the presence and the call of these messengers to them. حيث انقطع عنا المطر بسببكم, since rain stopped coming down to us because of you. So this is one of the reasons, or one of the explanations as how they had evil omens. They said, oh, it stopped raining because of you. In the footnote, he says, وجائز أن يكون قد حدث بينهم تشاجر وتشاحن. It is possible, it's allowable, that there happened between them fighting and animosity. نتيجة قبول الدعوة من أفراد منهم, as a result of some individuals amongst them accepting the call. فحصل بينهم شجار وخلاف لم يألفوه. So there happened between them fighting and disagreement that they were not used to. فقالوا ما قالوا متشائمين. So they said what they said, having evil omens. And then he mentions the hadith لا عدوى ولا طيرة, that there is no contagion, there is no contagious disease, and no طيرة, no evil omen. And inshallah, this hadith is the topic or the subject of the duties of the month. So I will leave that for that time, inshallah. So either they had evil omens because no rain coming down, or it is because they differed. Differing happened between them, which they were not used to that differing. So therefore they had this evil omen between them. فرد عليهم المرسلون بقولهم, so the messengers replied to them saying, طائركم معكم, your evil omen is with you, right? أي شؤمكم في كفركم وتكذيبكم, meaning your evil omen, this evil, if any evil will happen to you, this lies in your disbelief and your belying, right? Your evil omen, and if something bad is going to happen to you, it is because it lies in your disbelief and your belying. ولذا حبس الله المطر عليكم عنكم, يعني this is why Allah withheld the rain from you. ثم قالوا لهم موبخين لهم, then they said to them, blaming them, scorning them, scolding them, أئن ذكرتم, is it because you were reminded, أي وعظتم وخوفتم بالله, meaning is it because you were admonished and fear was instilled in you by Allah, by mentioning Allah to you, reminding you by Allah, لعلكم تتقون, so that you may become pious, so may you achieve piety. تطيرتم, is it because of this admonition now you have evil omens? بل أنتم أيها القوم, rather you, O people, مسرفون, مسرفون exceeding bounds. أي متجاوزون الحد, meaning passing the limit في الكفر والشرك والعدوان. Passing the limit in disbelief, association of partners in worship with Allah, and عدوان, transgression. مسرف, إسراف. This word is يعني used in other places in the Quran. So, and usually it is used also when someone is a spend thrift, يعني, overspending, right? We say he's musrif, right? Israf. Israf is overspending, and he is musrif. He is someone who is a spendthrift or someone who wastes the money. Here, the israf, يعني going overboard, exceeding the bounds, passing the limit. It's regarding passing the limit in disbelief and polytheism. Hidayatul ayat. Hidayatul ayat, the guidance from the verses. Min hidayatul ayat, from the guidance of these verses. Number one, istihsanu darb al-mathal. That setting a parable, setting an example, striking a similitude is mustahsan, is something that is viewed to be good. It is liked, مستحسن. وهو تصوير حالة غريبة بحالة أخرى مثلها. This parable is actually picturing a condition that is a strange condition, portraying it, that strange condition, in the form of another condition like it. So you are striking a similitude here between a strange story or a picture or a thing, making it similar to another condition. كما هنا في قصة حبيب ibn al-Najjar, as here in the story of Habib ibn al-Najjar. Habib ibn al-Najjar is going to come in the next section. He's meant to be the man which the Quran did not name, but commonly mentioned in the books of tafsir as Habib ibn al-Najjar. وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى, which is the next section, which we'll do tonight, inshallah. This section we'll do it tonight, inshallah, as the duties of the month. We are done with our section. So, and the month of Safar is still, we still have one more week for the month of Safar to come. So we will use the tafsir for some time until we are ready to speak about Safar, inshallah. We still have one more week almost for Safar, because today is the 23rd of Al-Muharram, inshallah. So we have few days to use. So first is giving an example, setting of a parable, striking a similitude is something that is viewed to be a good thing. And throughout in the Quran, you have those parables are set. Number two, the second guidance that we get from these ayat, تشابه حال الكفار في التكذيب والإصرار في كل زمان ومكان. That the condition of the kuffar, حال الكفار, is similar. تشابه, has similitude in it. There is resemblance. The resemblance of the condition of the disbelievers في التكذيب والإصرار, in belying and insisting, في كل زمان ومكان, in every age, in every time and place. They are always similar. To a point, as in another part in the Quran, another place, it says, أتواصوا به. Were they counseling one another with that? Although, of course, we know that those people, they came over different times, many years between them, sometimes thousands of years between them. But then it's like they are following the same, like they have a manual and they're following the same book, they're using the same the same excuses, the same attacks, the same excuses to explain why they disbelieve and why they reject, why they are stubborn. So the fact is that the disbelievers, their condition is the same over time and in different locations. The third guidance we get from this ayah: لجوء أهل الكفر بعد إقامة الحجة عليهم إلى التهديد والوعيد. لجوء أهل الكفر, that the disbelievers, they resort to, after the proof is established against them, they take refuge in تهديد, threatening, والوعيد, يعني promising bad things that they will do, right? So issuing threats and warning that we will do this and that to you. This is what they do after the proof is established upon them. لجأ is to take refuge, is to resort to take shelter in. لجأ, right? And this is what they use in Arabic. They call, for instance, those refugees who come to another country to take refuge in it. Refugees are called لاجئون. لاجئ is one, لاجئون is refugees, right? So here he says that the people of disbelief, they resort to, after the proof is established upon them, what do? They resort to warnings and threats. That's what they do. Past and still to date. To this day, they're still using the same thing. They just they know that they are not being fair. Proof is established against them, and this is repeated, right? Like the women, for instance, in non-Muslim countries, they're not allowed to wear the hijab, or they're not allowed to wear the face cover, right? The niqab. And this is okay, and no oppression to the women. It's just even if they want to wear it on their own, that's the reality. No oppression in this. No, you're not allowed to wear it. But in another place, if the women are told you have to wear the hijab, you have to wear right, you have to cover yourself, then that they consider to be oppression, right? The injustice, the unfairness is crystal clear. But then they will threaten, if you do that, we will boycott you. We will not, and so on and so forth. If they attack the messenger, alayhi salatu wassalam, and they make cartoons that are not suitable, it's okay, freedom of speech. And if they make a cartoon of the president, then it's a big problem, and it's not right. And the imbalance is crystal clear, right? But then they would say, oh, the laws and the laws of the land, and if you go against the law, then we will prosecute you and take you to court or whatever, and so on and so forth. Just the same. They are beaten in argument, they will rush, they will resort to, they will hide themselves, they will take refuge in threatening and warning. Number 4, حرمة التطير والتشاؤم في الإسلام. That's the fourth guidance we get from this ayat. The prohibition of evil omens and superstition in Al-Islam. And this is basically evil omen or superstition is based upon making something to be a cause when it is not, right? Claiming that this is the reason for that, and normally for bad stuff, for bad things that happen, right? This is the cause of that, without that thing being a natural cause or even a legal cause, right? So some people will be superstitious with the number 13, or if it's Friday the 13, or if it is, if they saw someone or they saw a certain color or an animal with a certain color, and so on and so forth. They will claim that that is the cause of this bad thing that happened, which there is nothing. That's why it is prohibited. And this tiyara, or this evil omens, is actually, and superstition is actually a form of shirk, a form of polytheism. Right? طيب. So we will stop here and we'll continue in the evening, inshallah ta'ala. Next ayat are وَجَاءَ مِنْ أَقْصَى الْمَدِينَةِ رَجُلٌ يَسْعَى. So it's from 20 to 27, 7 verses, inshallah ta'ala. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. جزاكم الله خيرا. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.